Hello everyone. This is Rafail Polunis back with you, and today we're diving deep into the amazing, profound, and familiar world of beetroot juice. We're not just going to talk about it, we're going to thoroughly explore this gift from nature. Why do I drink it day after day? How exactly do I do it? When is the perfect time? And what amount of this magical liquid delivers the maximum benefit? I'll tell you openly why beets are so incredibly useful, literally packed with vital energy. But let me be clear from the start, be careful, dear friends. Even the most powerful superfood has its contraindications and nuances. So stay with me until the end. This is absolutely crucial for your health. So, the first truly magical property of beets is that they are a faithful helper in reducing blood pressure. Numerous scientists around the world have discovered that just one glass of freshly squeezed beetroot juice can gently but confidently lower both systolic and diastolic pressure. The secret behind this phenomenon is that beets are absolutely packed with natural nitrates. And don't be scared of that word. In this context, nitrates are not villains but friendly external suppliers of precious nitric oxide to our bodies. Here is the core of the matter. By the age of 40 or even earlier for many people, the level of this nitric oxide in our body drops catastrophically, almost by half. This is a completely natural, though unfortunate, process because the production of the special enzyme responsible for its synthesis decreases with age. And sadly, we can't do much about this genetic design. So, natural nitrates are precisely that external, saving source from which we can obtain this precious, vital nitric oxide. And beets are the undisputed champion here, a leader without equal. Nitric oxide acts as a natural, gentle relaxant. It carefully relaxes and widens our blood vessels, which causes blood pressure to drop and allows blood to flow more easily and freely. If your blood pressure, for example, jumps to around 140/90, I highly recommend trying something first before immediately reaching for pills. For 3 full weeks, make it a daily ritual to eat one medium-sized beet or drink a glass of its juice. See what the result is? You might be pleasantly and profoundly surprised, just as I was once. Property number 2. Beets excellently activate and support the work of our stomach and entire intestines, just like clockwork. Want your gut to work like the most precise Swiss watch without a single glitch? Eat beets, my friends. They are incredibly rich in fiber, specifically special fructans, which gently and persistently normalize bowel function and kickstart its natural, innate rhythms. So, if you experience constipation or if your intestines are as slow as a lazy mule, regular consumption of beets can solve these delicate problems very quickly and effectively. Plus, they serve as excellent, top-quality food for our beneficial microflora, for those billions of bacteria working inside us day and night. But attention! I'll repeat, fructans can be poorly absorbed by some people, especially those diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome. Keep this in mind and always listen to your body. It will guide you. The third property, especially important for those who, like me, lead an active, dynamic lifestyle, is that beets noticeably increase physical endurance. This is all thanks to those same nitrates, which are the primary source of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide, in turn, improves the efficiency of our mitochondria, those tiny cellular power plants responsible for generating pure energy. As a result, your endurance grows and it's like you find a second wind. It's no wonder that many reputable studies confirm that beetroot juice significantly boosts performance for both professional athletes and amateurs. This is precisely why I so genuinely love this ruby red drink. It helps me maintain good muscle mass day after day, strengthens my heart, provides clean, sustained energy for intense workouts, helps me think faster and more clearly, and, of course, steadily improves my athletic results. Finally, the fourth property is powerful antioxidant activity. Beets owe this to a unique betalan, a plant pigment with incredibly high antioxidant power. It skillfully neutralizes harmful reactive oxygen and nitrogen species, thereby reducing oxidative stress in the body, the very stress that ages us from within. Research also indicates that, thanks to its multi-component composition, beets have pronounced anti-inflammatory properties. They contain large amounts of betaine, betalains, folic acid, beta-carotene, B vitamins, especially vitamin C, as well as a whole spectrum of trace elements. Iron, zinc, potassium, magnesium, and even iodine, which is so important for our thyroid gland. Now, let's figure out the best form and way to consume beets. Personally, after much experimentation, I prefer to eat them in their raw, pristine form. I might juice them, make a thick smoothie with apple and ginger, or prepare a fresh salad, but only using the raw vegetable. Of course, you can eat beets after they've been cooked or baked, but keep in mind that high temperatures mercilessly destroy some of the vitamins, even though the mineral base remains. An important note: if you drink beetroot juice, remember it's a very concentrated, potent product. Therefore, you shouldn't drink more than 100 to 150 milliliters in one sitting, or you might experience some discomfort. What's the best time of day? Honestly, any time you like. I, for example, love to drink my glass in the morning on an empty stomach to energize myself for the entire day ahead. And now, as promised, let's see what Eastern folk medicine, a wisdom accumulated over millennia, has to say about this. From the perspective of Eastern healing, specifically traditional Chinese medicine, beets are an incredibly valuable product. They possess a sweet taste and a cooling nature. They are closely linked to the earth element, meaning they primarily affect the spleen and stomach meridians, strengthening them. Their ability to nourish the blood and increase the amount of vital energy, or qi, is highly valued in the East. This is why beets are often used there for states of fatigue, pallor, and dizziness, all signs of a deficiency of blood and qi. Eastern sages say that beets, with their deep red color, the color of life itself, nourish and strengthen our blood, improving its quality and movement. This directly aligns with modern science's data on its effects on blood pressure and endurance. But Eastern medicine goes further. It believes that beets also moisten dryness in the intestines, which perfectly explains their mild laxative effect, and they cool excess fire in the liver, helping to harmonize one's emotional state. However, there are caveats here too. Because of their cooling nature, beets are not recommended in large quantities for people with signs of cold in the body, especially in the spleen and stomach. How to recognize such conditions? Look for frequent loose stools, a feeling of chilliness, cold limbs, and a preference for hot drinks and food. Eastern doctors advise such people to consume beets not raw, but only after thermal processing, for example in stews or soups, and always with warming spices like ginger, cinnamon, or cloves. This neutralizes the cooling effect and makes the benefits maximum and balanced. Thus, the Eastern view doesn't contradict the Western one but harmoniously complements it, giving us a more complete, three-dimensional picture. It reminds us that there are no universal recipes, and we must approach any product, even the healthiest one, with awareness, listening to our own unique constitution. That's all for now, dear friends. Beets are truly a profound, multifaceted, and incredibly effective product, gifted to us by nature itself. So, if you haven't been a fan until now, perhaps it's time to reconsider your taste preferences and look at this ruby root vegetable in a new light. Consuming beets is a simple, natural, and time-tested way to boost your energy levels, improve your health, and feel a greater harmony with your own body. Stay healthy, and I look forward to our next meeting. If you found this information useful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos.